Okay, so we got SummerSlam on Sunday, and we have a lot of open plot lines. And some matches were given away for free on television, because I guess they didn't want to do another 12-hour event. So as always, we'll break this through division by division. Tag division. This Sunday at SummerSlam, the New Day they're feuding with the OC, the only club that matters. And they had a match with Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan. And then DQ. Okay. Good match with the OC. I like that, it's like, well, we don't have Kofi here, but that's okay. Ricochet's can jump into the spot. That works. I'm fine with that. But they have no opponents for SummerSlam. The Viking Raider Experience War is still destroying jobbers. Okay? So, the OC are feuding with the New Day. So they have no challengers either. And the third person in each of those groups has their own titles to defend. Okay. We have new WWE Women Tag Team Champions. The longest reigning champions, the Iconics, lost in a fatal 4-way elimination match. Ironically, the Iconics got a lot of good offense in. Like an impressive amount of tag team offense. Haven't seen that much legitimate tag team offense since the Riot Squad at the Evolution pay-per-view. And I was like, okay, this is pretty good. Oh, they got eliminated. By Fire and Desire. Okay? Who then got eliminated by the Kabuki Warriors. Now, one's the Empress of Tomorrow, and the other one is the Pirate Princess. Pirates of Tomorrow, Emperor Princess. I mean, they already had other sub-names. They went with the bland one. But that's okay, because the makeshift team of Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross won. After Alexa Bliss hit the phantomest of punches, even live it looked like you could put a football in between where her hand was. I was like, ha! Kairi Sane sold it like death. Twisted Bliss. 1, 2, 3. Kabuki Warriors, the combination of Kairi Sane and Asuka. Again, unsuccessful in getting the tag belts. Man. I guess I will have to bring up, since it'll be all over Botchamania, it's been all over everything else. For the Kabuki Warriors, whoever does the little graphic bit kept Io Shirai and Kairi Sane. Forgot that it's Asuka. Maybe I was kind of wish that Asuka was still a singles competitor. They brought in Io Shirai, and they would have brought in the actual, the Sky Pirates. Awesome name. But they're defending the titles against. So 3 tag belts. 2 kind of in feuds, but they're in feuds with each other. And the women really need to run down to NXT and do a match there and actually make it a cross-promotional belt. Maybe bring in 2 women from NXT UK. I actually would not mind seeing Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross take on Jazzy Goddard and Ginny. Just because you've got a similar mean girl character, and you've got their heavy. Just Nikki Cross is just half the size of Jazzy Goddard. Why not? If you're gonna make cross promotional, give us some dream matches while you figure out what you're gonna do with that division. Mid-card titles. Okay. AJ Styles is the US champion taking on Ricochet. Love it. They've got great matches, great chemistry. Heel AJ's fantastic. I'm looking for those 2 guys to have an absolutely beautiful match. Shinsuke Nakamura is maybe defending against Ali, but Ali just lost against Dolph Ziggler. We got 9 champions coming up, so I guess they decided to not do all of the belts on SummerSlam, then all the belts on 9 champions. Just 9 champions feel special if you make every title defended. we do have some specialty matches, which, you know, for a long time I've mentioned that I think they should bring back the female legends to do one-on-one matches, do some one-offs every now and then. That was what brought Mickie James back. Initially it was supposed to be Trish Stratus taking on Asuka, taking over Toronto several years ago. Trish couldn't do it, so they got Mickie James, which led to Mickie James going to SmackDown, joining Alexa Bliss to take on Becky Lynch. And I was like, that's great. You took someone who can still go in the ring, got some name notoriety, and you can bring them in to work with the younger talent. Like, okay, here's some of the different things you can do in the ring. I've been doing this for, X number of years. Work that way. Be established enough to get kind of a pop from the crowd, and then could still lose matches or wins matches and could feel, like enough of a threat to still make them interesting. But bringing in Trish to take on Charlotte, okay. I'm not really feeling this feud that much. Probably didn't help too that they had the tag match where I was like, Trish Stratus and Natalya taking on Becky Lynch and Charlotte. I was saying, great. I'm looking forward to see what Trish is gonna. She did nothing. Okay, she Brock Lesnar that match. Cindy bounced around. But she slapped Charlotte on SmackDown in a tepid promo. But to be entirely overshadowed, says Dolph Ziggler's been super kicking people, acting like he's Shawn Michaels. Miz and Shawn Michaels were like, you've got a match at SummerSlam. I'm signing it. I'm going to beat the crap out of you, Miz. And he goes, oh, it's not me. Crowd. Are we going to see Shawn Michaels and the Miz? Shawn. No. I only wrestle for Saudi money. Then Goldberg came down. Squash match? I'm fine with that. Goldberg needs to come back looking really dominant from the bad match that he had with Undertaker. And this could be a good moment. Maybe they do Goldberg for a couple bits here and there because the video game coming out makes sense. I'm fine with that. Speaking of the video game, I will say I absolutely love the fact that it is Becky Lynch smashing a glass ceiling to get into Hulk Hogan's house, to then throw appetizer into his drink. And then Roman Reigns being like, good job, man. I thought there's a lot, it's weird with E being, it's E subtle, smashing a glass ceiling, but with her also being the female Stone Cold-esque character, doing a glass shattering spot. I was like, that's good. That was someone who went, I think we should do this. It wasn't someone from underneath, smashing the glass ceiling to get into a penthouse. It's glass ceiling smashing to get down into where all the other guys were. That was good. Proportions still look weird, especially people with tattoos, but I was like, okay, I'm fine with that. I think that Ziggler Goldberg has got just the right amount to be that palate cleanser. You can do a really high tension match. You can do matches that got a lot of big spots, and then you just have Goldberg, inhale the pyro. They have pyro on the big show. Breathe out the smoke. Get in the ring. Ziggler do a couple of moves. Goldberg hit a spear, hit a jackhammer, put him away, and it was one of those, like high tension, really exhausting matches. I'm like, you know what? Dolph is just gonna die for Goldberg, and that's what we're gonna go with. Another specialty match, which I hope you're going to see, was Alistair Black and Sami Zayn. I liked what they did with that match. Some people complain about the weird entrance board thing, but I actually kind of liked them. Like, oh, we're having a match, Sami. It's not SummerSlam. It's tonight. And then doing it. But that was great. The rollout for Alistair Black, once they got him out of the tag team, has been brilliant. The crowd is super hot for him. He's doing promos to get you interested in seeing his in-ring work. His in-ring work is very crisp. They're not overexposed. Not like, oh, here's everything that he can do every single week. No. They're building him to show what he can do. They're building him up, giving him hype. Then he hits the ring, he delivers. I love that. That's really, really well done. Other match that I'm also really looking forward to. just because I want to see, one, the theme music. I want to see how Bray as the Fiend wrestles a full match. So far, he's jumped people. He's going to resist Abigail to the Mandible Claw. I actually think him using the Mandible Claw on Kurt Angle is pretty good. It was more ironic we did it to Mick Foley, but I'm thinking, you know what, I'm digging where they're going with this. And then the fact that he cuts promos as both Bray Wyatt, but he might wrestle as the Fiend, which also means he might wrestle as Bray Wyatt too. So now he gets to be multiple characters at the same time, and I like that. Definitely looking at the fact that he was against the false bravado of Finn Balor, which means we were probably going to eventually see something kind of like a Finn Balor as the Demon taking on the Fiend, or the Demon and the Fiend working together, and then they might have to have Finn Balor and Bray work to defeat their alter egos and go back to being regular wrestlers again. Who knows? There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with it. I'm again expecting a squash match. So we could have 2 squash matches on this event, and which would be interesting. Potentially 3, but I'll get there. Now up to our big belts. On the SmackDown side, Bayley, Ember Moon. If only Ember Moon would have been built up as a worthier challenger, there'd be something to this. It's like, just the war goddess. Okay, why is she the war? He's like, I'm picking you for great opportunity. Okay. It's kind of weak. Becky and Natalya. You know, kind of heel Natalya works. Dilly Gaff, Becky Lynch, kind of works too. Making a submission match works even better. Then I'm reminded that we're in Toronto. And we've got 3 matches with people who are Canadian. 1 with a member of the Hart family, tangentially. 1 taking out a McMahon. And 1 is a legend. I smell a screw job on one of them. So we'll finish up with our major belts. Kofi Kingston, Randy Orton. I'm loving the fact that 1, Randy is on vacation, getting RKO'd by his wife into the water. Kofi is out doing other things, so they've been doing video packages. Again, not overexposing anyone involved in the feud, which I like. They've got enough there to be like, oh, well, yeah, a decade ago when you were doing this, you weren't ready. I started thinking, let's say a decade ago that Kofi would have been a main event guy. We still main event guy now. Probably not. Would he have joined the New Day? Maybe not. So would you rather have had Kofi win then, be a main event star for a couple of years, or win now, be an even bigger main event star, and be part of the New Day? You can't really change one portion of the past without changing everything that comes after it. I like how they're using the IWC, like, oh, Reigns been keeping him down all this time. No, at the time, Kofi did make some mistakes, and Randy, at that time, was hot-headed. Okay. Right in the wrong a decade later. That's good. That's a continuity editor going, man, who did this before? Using the network to hype up previous matches. That's what it's there for. That's good. You have this information. Use it. Use it. Craft a really well-done narrative. I mean, it works. Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins. Seth is currently undergoing idiot babyface training. First, he gets killed by Brock Lesnar, F5ing him onto a steel chair, and then F5ing him onto a gurney. Then Seth's like, I'm going to come down to the ring with an obvious limp and a steel chair. Brock is again going to victimize me using a steel chair and F5s. I'm going to say, I'm going to beat Brock Lesnar. You're not 100%, man. You beat him last time because you kicked him in the junk. I mean, seriously, boot him in the junk. I was almost hoping that as Seth came down to the ring, limping with the steel chair, that he was going to, like fake Brock and charging at him, and then be like, oh, by the way, I'm decent right now, and then wear him down the steel chair, or limp down the ring, start getting beat up, have Brock do a move, have Brock shake his hand or something, then all of a sudden Seth takes off his shirt and he's wearing, I don't know, like a metal vest or something. He's doing something that outsmarts Brock Lesnar, but instead he's like, I'm gonna run right at him. Huh. I did that last weekend and I got murdered. I'll do it again. Huh. I got murdered. Perception insanity again? I'll be fine. It's not a good look at all. It makes me want to be like, alright Brock, you win. And then Brock defends against, I don't know, Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman. Pick another big house guy. I think Joe's technically on Raw. Have him take on Joe again. It's not digging Seth right now, sorry. Or maybe AJ Styles and the OC attack and they beat up Brock Lesnar, de facto turning face in the process, and then AJ Styles gets his victory back against Brock after an OC beatdown on the Beast. I'm fine with that. Just run with it. So we've got one more big match to discuss. You may notice I kind of skipped over a lot of what happened on Raw and SmackDown, because beyond matches like the Andrade Rey Mysterio match, which was awesome, seeing Dolph Ziggler destroy Rey's mask and then Ali falling to Ziggler in a good match, not a lot really happened. It seemed like I was just to move forward towards SummerSlam, but also beyond it. Kevin Owens tried to get Shane to put his career on the line. Shane kind of went, It's like, it never worked because you're McMahon. You can't fire yourself. Then he got jumped by Elias and then beaten down by Shane because, he thought that maybe a straight one-on-one match would happen with Shane McMahon because it's happened all the time in the past. So will Owens get screwed over in another Montreal screwjob, even though they're in Toronto? Interesting. Could be. I almost think there's enough people who have had problems with Shane that maybe if people try to run down and get involved, maybe The Miz, maybe Roman Reigns comes down and, takes out some of the people, then it's just Shane by himself. Shane eats a stunner, 1, 2, 3, it's done. But then we've got the Roman Reigns conundrum. So someone drove a forklift that knocked over some boxes that didn't hurt him. And I was like, it was Joe. It was Joe. It was Joe. Joe was like, it was not me. I'm taking over Raw. Becky Lynch, I got a tag match. Sorry, Joe. Joe later. I'm going to be in this ring. So Roman comes out. You can wait all night. I'm going to give him 3 seconds. Didn't show up and walk to the back. Roman's car gets hit by another car. Joe takes him out like, yo, dude, you can tell this was not me. If I want to hurt you, I'm going to look you in the face and I'm going to do it. I'm not getting you from behind. Unless it was Brock when he choked from behind. It's like, no. I'm going to let you know that it's me. I'm going to cop to it being me. Then the next night, Roman kind of did the whole like, I'm sorry. People thought it was Joe. It wasn't Joe. Just made me go. Samoa and Joe is going to be an awesome tag team. We didn't get to see a lot with Bray and the Big Dog. But the bit we saw was really good. It's the Big Dogs of the world. Samoa and Joe's could work really well, especially with the Usos. Because now all of a sudden you could have a wicked Samoan faction. And then if Tamina's healthy, or Nia Jax, work one of those two in, now all of a sudden you've got a very unique group that could hold tag, mid-card, main, women's belt. That's an impressive stable. Probably never happened, but still be kind of cool. And then he beat up Buddy Murphy, and I was like, man. Buddy Murphy, Roman, take my money. Take my money. Buddy Murphy's hard-hitting style with Roman and his hard-hitting swing for the fence style, those two would bludgeon the daylights out of each other. Roman knows how to sell the offense of a smaller guy who's impactful. That could be a fan. There's like SummerSlam, book it, run with it. Seriously, I don't know who did it. I wouldn't tell you. Roman. Throw you over a table. Smash you against the wall. Do you know who did this? It was Rowan. Cut to the ring in SmackDown. Daniel Bryan. Huh? Rowan. What? Fade to black. That's your last shot to get people to tune into SummerSlam? You've given away a couple matches. There's no thing going on for the tag belts, and you're going to continue the investigation as to who attacked Roman Reigns? Will this lead to Samoan Joes versus Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan somewhere down the line? Could they use this storyline and extend it out far enough for a Survivor Series match? I don't know. There's some unique things to do with this. It feels like it's in a weird spot, especially with this probably being one of the biggest stories leading into October, which, you know, we're 2 months away from the big transition over onto Fox. There's a lot of ways they can go with it. It just feels like it's a weird spot to put it right before technically kind of like a mid-season finale.